One thing we'd like to do is, Clyde already noted that these are candidates for the county positions in the November 2nd ballot. Each candidate will have 1 minute to answer your questions. Following the questions, then they have an opportunity to give a 2.5-minute closing statement going in reverse order.
Tonight, we have some substitutes, I will call them. But from my right tonight, for a candidate for County Clerk, Republican Jessica Thomas. Also independent Marty Smith. Next is Virgie Zimmerman, setting in for Bob Stewart, Democrat candidate for Presiding Commissioner. The Republican candidate for Presiding Commissioner, Tom Stallings. And also Lorna Alexander setting in for the Presiding Commissioner candidate, Bob Robertson, who is running as an independent.
Debbie Russell, County Clerk.
Pardon?
Oh, say for Debbie Russell, County Clerk.
Oh, we didn't do it. Oops.
Debbie Russell, County Clerk. Is there anybody here to speak for her?
That's me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're in front of Bob Robertson. Oh, okay. We switched the signs in and we'll be okay.
Thank you for straightening me out.
That's what happens when you show up late. And I'm sorry I was late too. Thank you. But if you'd like to speak on behalf of Mr. Roberts, okay.
And do we want to, I guess we'll just to keep it simple, start with Lorna sitting in for Debbie.
Friends and neighbors of Saline County, fellow candidates, members of the press, political party representatives, and NAACP members, I appreciate the opportunity to be at this candidate forum. However, I am attending an event I committed to well in advance of this invitation. It is vitally important to be a person of your word. I am pleased and honored to introduce to you Lorna Alexander, who will stand in my place. I am a candidate who will bring to the office of County Clerk 35 years of managerial experience with an educational background in accounting and office management. 20 years of experience working with diversified management team at ConAgra. I know the importance of maintaining a standard and running the office of County Clerk as a business. As Saline County Human Resource Manager for nearly 4 years, my core responsibilities are payroll, fund accounting, accounts payable, insurance benefits, retirement program, workers' compensation, unemployment, tax preparation, W-2s, 1099s, printing payroll, and task and accounts payable checks and associated reports. All of these job tasks are county clerk responsibilities performed on a daily basis in the Human Resource Office by me and my staff. We are not county clerk employees. However, if elected to the county clerk position, one of my goals will be to consolidate the two offices and merge these duties back into the county clerk's office where they originated. Merging the offices will be a substantial cost savings at our taxpayer dollars. I am responsible for maintaining a budget for the HR office and have worked extensively with the presiding commissioner preparing the county annual budgets. This first-hand budget experience gives me insight to the concepts of how, of how our taxpayer dollars are allocated and spent. I am the only candidate who is an experienced user or a user of our county software program. On behalf of the Saline County Commission, I am the contact person who works with our contracted computer team who monitors our computer systems for security and backup purposes, along with necessary repairs. I personally monitor and back up our server daily. Because of my years of experience, love for county government, experience in county government protocol, and my desire to continue serving Saline County, I laid the foundation for a smooth transition into the office of county clerk. I wish you a successful candidate forum. With respect, Debbie Russell. Thank you.
Okay, would you like me to stand, or if I speak loud, can you hear me? Is that okay like this?
Anybody hear Marty okay?
Everybody hear me okay?
All right. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody tonight. I'm Marty Smith, and basically just wanted to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. I was born here in Saline County. I moved to a little town south of Boonville called Prairie Home, Missouri back in 1976. I graduated from Prairie Home High School. I went to Lynn Tech, and I have an associate's degree in automotive technology. In 1980, I joined the Air Force. I went in as a office administrator, and in 1983, I married my wife, Debbie Twilling. I've got 2 children, Zachary, who's 18, and my daughter, Emily, is 20. Spent a lot of time in the military. Matter of fact, I was in for 22 years. Traveled all over the world. But during my 22 years in the military, I did a lot of stuff with military budgets, human resource. I supervised as many as 14 individuals at one point. I worked in many different facets as an administrator. I was in the intelligence field for several years. I worked in supply, worked in protocol, worked in plans and communications. When I was in communications, I was very heavy into computers, computer software, working with installing software, budgets, budget software, handling the budgets through their computers and stuff. I've dealt with a lot of regulations and directives in the military. I was also a Freedom of Information Act officer and a Privacy Act officer. I handled transportation. I was a billeting NCO. I worked in protocol, handling billeting and transportation arrangements for high-level dignitaries from the Washington, D.C. area. I feel like I'm the most qualified with my military background, and I would love to serve the people of Saline County. I served the government, or the United States Air Force for 22 years, and I would love to serve the folks of Saline County once again as your county clerk.
Hello, I'm Jessica Hamilton Thomas, and I work at Square Corner. I manage rental property, and I have my own small business, the Merry Mixers. My daughter Laura is unbelievably 13 years old and in the 8th grade at St. Peter's School. I grew up in Miami, and I come from a family that believes you are obligated to help the community, and therefore you are helping yourself. My granddad Hamilton and mom Lee were both mayors of Miami, and my dad George was on the school board all through my grade school years. I started working in the bean fields with my dad when I was 7, and to this day, I still have an aversion to sunflowers. At 16, I started working at McDonald's, and I've always worked with the public since then. I have enjoyed helping people, and I like to find solutions to give people what they need. That's where my notes end. So, if anybody has any questions after this, I will be at Square Corner most of the time, so you can come ask me questions there. So, there you go.
Thank you, Jessica.